Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you are new, welcome to my channel. I have not posted a YouTube video in like 9 months. Since my birthday is tomorrow, I'm turning 27, I thought it would be so fun to do a question and answer video. So let's get into it. Question number 1 and 2, am I a single mom and does Evie know her dad? I am not a single mom. I'm married to my high school sweetheart. We've been together for 10 years. Let's ask Evie for an expert answer. Evie, come here. What's your dad's name?
His name is Daddy.
Yep. And what's his real name?
Daddy is Travis Cochran.
Next question. Why was your mom so mean to you? It makes me so sad. Girlfriend, that is the question of the century. If I had to assume, I would say she definitely has some mental health issues that were never addressed or resolved. But I don't know. I grew up super Christian. Southern Baptist. My biological parents met at a Christian college, and from what I've been told from my dad, they were not doing so well, and he was going to be splitting with my mom, but then she got pregnant. Did what they felt they had to do, which was get married. What makes a relationship that's falling apart even better, you guys? Getting married so you don't have a baby out of wedlock. Never understand it. They got married and then they got divorced when I was, I think, 5. The next question is there anything that my biological mom could do to restore the relationship that we don't have? No, there's nothing that she could do to get me to let her in again. I don't believe that she will ever change. And I believe that everybody's actions have consequences. The actions that she made against me as a child are unforgivable. Consequence is lack of a relationship with me now. And that is not just me trying to punish her. That is me also protecting my peace and knowing my personal boundaries, and that's just a line that I refuse to ever let her cross. So I didn't just cut her cold turkey on a whim overnight. I definitely gave her multiple chances to have a mature conversation with me about what happened. I used to reach out probably once or twice a year, say manipulative things like, she's always loved me, blah, 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 I'll always be her daughter. But then anytime I would bring up situations that happened, and this is why I think it could be a mental health thing, she lives in denial. Denial is a river in Egypt, basically. And I know my worth, and I know that I'm worth more than a fuck ton of fake excuses. Now that I have a daughter, especially, I'm protecting more than just my own peace. Was Evie planned, and do I want more children? Evie was very much planned. We tried for her for about a year. Process of trying for her, we did experience 2 losses. Went in for an appointment at 11 weeks and 4 days. There are 2 blobs right now, so you're either having twins or you are bleeding out. And unfortunately, I was bleeding out. Do I want another one? Yes, we do. When I first met Travis, I actually said I didn't want kids. Everybody was like, you're gonna change your mind. But I was like so set on the fact that I did not want kids because I knew I was not healed enough to have kids. I was not in the right mental state to have kids. Finally, when I felt like my mental health was in control more, and I knew that I was gonna be able to try my hardest to break cycles, we tried for Evie. And then I was like, oh, I actually want 3 kids. So I went from saying I don't want any kids to I want 3 kids. But Travis actually only wanted 1 kid. So we compromised and we're having 2. Hopefully. Do I have any regrets about my past or things that I would change or do differently? I'm a super big believer that everything does happen for a reason, and if you do change one thing, you change a lot of things. So while I would love to say, oh, I wish I was not abused, I obviously do wish I was not abused, but if I didn't, I would have never been taken away. I never would have moved to Michigan full-time. I never would have met my husband, therefore I would have never had Everly. Going back to the question, if I could change one thing, the thing I would change though that I do have a lot of regrets about is the way that I treated people before I got out and before I was able to heal from my trauma. This is the thing, hurt people hurt people. I was going through a lot of shit behind the scenes. I never told like my friends. There were some of my friends' parents that did suspect things, but I was so scared of what was going to happen to me that I denied anything until I was safe and out. Specifically with like relationships that I had as a teenager, I was forced to have really short hair until I was about 15, I want to say. And I also hit puberty kind of later because I was not eating how I should and I was just struggling really bad with my body image. When I turned 15, 16, I suddenly like was coming into myself as a woman, suddenly getting attention from boys at school. Before, I was getting bullied by a lot of people at school because they would say I look like a boy, I was a freaking Slim Jim. I was so craving for love and attention at home and I wasn't getting it that I took advantage of the feelings from boys that were giving me attention. Anytime I would start dating a boy, it would not last very long. I would date them just enough to like feel like I was getting love and attention, but then I have trust issues with people and I don't like to let people in, so I would like break up with them and I'd start dating somebody new. And more specifically, there were 2 boyfriends that I had that were so kind to me, just genuinely good people. I'm actually friends with them now today and they are both like, one of them is married and one of them I don't think he's married, but he's in a long-term committed relationship with his girlfriend and they have 2 kids. I definitely did not treat them the way that they deserve to be treated. This one boy that I'm talking about, he had curly hair in middle school and early high school, and I did not like curly hair. I told him I didn't like curly hair, and he woke up at the crack of dawn, you guys, and straightened his hair every day while we were together for me. I treated him not great. I was hurt and I was taking it out on anything and everybody that I could. Like I said, I'm friends with both of them now and I'm married and happy. They are in committed relationships, are married and happy, and it is all water under the bridge. But it is something today that like now almost 15 years later, I'm like, dang, I still feel so bad for how I treated them. Okay, the next question is, somebody said that postpartum depression is taking away from their ability to enjoy motherhood, and they want to know if I have any advice. So for me, I never had a full-on postpartum depression. I did have like the baby blues, where I was really distraught for the first like 7 to 10 days after coming home from the hospital. Because of this, I can't say that I am a like expert on how to handle postpartum depression. I did make an appointment with my doctor immediately after coming home from the hospital and feeling the way that I did to potentially get on medication, but it did end up going away literally the day before my appointment was supposed to happen, so I never got on anything. But things that did help me when I was struggling for that first week was doing things that made me feel good. So taking showers and taking daily walks. I had Everly literally the same week that the world shut down for the pandemic, so we were not seeing anybody and I was not able to get any help from family because we were so scared that our newborn was going to catch COVID. Just recognizing that you do not have to be doing everything all of the time to be a good mom. You can schedule out things that you want to do with your kid, like take them to the playground, and then also making sure that you're scheduling time for yourself to do things that make you feel good, like relaxing, watching TV, reading, whatever it is that you taking a hot shower, whatever it is that you like to do, pencil that in for yourself. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, you cannot effectively take care of your kid. It's not for everybody, but it is for me. I really love ASMR. It has been so amazing for my ADHD. It has also been so amazing for my anxiety and my inability to sleep at night, because I do have diagnosed insomnia. It's a trauma response. It helps put me to sleep at night so that I don't have to take medication. But it also helps me when I'm feeling really anxious or I feel like I'm feeling overwhelmed. So I will just like go into TikTok and go into a live stream of one of my favorite ASMR artists. There's generally somebody on at all times of the day. Again, it's not for everybody, I know that, but it is for me. So maybe it could be for you too. Sometimes I literally will just have a ASMR live stream playing in the background as like white noise because it's really calming to me. How old was Evie when she started talking? She was about, she said like dada at like 6 months, but she really started picking up language between 9 and 12 months. By the time she was 12 months, she could say over 15 words. By 18 months, she was talking a lot. Not stopped since. She talks in full sentences 24/7, 365 days a year. It's round the clock talking. I have narrated her life every single day since the day we brought her home from the hospital. Just be like, oh, we're changing your diaper. Now we're gonna go to the living room. Like literally everything that we did, I would say it. So she's always had a lot of exposure to language. What is my favorite ice cream flavor? I actually don't really like ice cream. I have to super be in the mood for it. It's never really been my thing. Guess if I had to pick, butter pecan. What is my favorite color? My favorite color is purple. Not like deep purple, kind of like, this is like lilac. I really like a soft lavender. My second favorite color is probably black. I love black. For our next kid, do I want a boy or a girl? I would love to have a healthy baby, but if I could choose, I would choose another girl. I love being a girl mom. Do I have any tattoos, and do I want more? I do. I have 2 tattoos right here. This one says Lumos, like from Harry Potter, the spell for light. And then this one is my miscarriage tattoo. But this one I got because I love Harry Potter, but more specifically, there's this saying that Dumbledore says. It's basically like, even in the darkest of times, you can always find help, or the light at the end of the tunnel if you just remember to turn on the lights. How old was I when I met my husband? I was 17 when I met Travis. Do I have any siblings? Yes, I do. I am actually one of 5. Only one of them is like a full biological sibling. She lives with my mom still. She's 24. She has always had a really good relationship with my mother. She did not experience the same things that I did. She was born with a hole in her heart the size of 75% of her heart. And so she had to have a ton of medical procedures and surgeries right after she was born. There's always this little special jewel to my mom. Because of it, they have a really good relationship till this day. I have a strained relationship with her just because she is really close with our mother. And I have brought up things that have happened to me in the past, and it's met with, well, I didn't experience that, or I didn't 100% know what was going on behind closed doors. My dad remarried shortly after him and my biological mother split, and I have 3 half siblings from my dad and my stepmom. They are all 10 to 15 years younger than me. Because of our age gap, we're not super close. I see them when I see my dad, which draws us into the next question is, do I have a relationship with my biological dad? I do. I see him every now and then. Evie does know my dad. She doesn't call him grandpa. She calls him Kevin. His name is Tim, so I don't know why she calls him Kevin, but she does. I don't force her to call anybody anything, and that's what she chose to call him. So that's what she calls him, and he owns that name. The next question is, do I have any regrets with the way that I've chosen to parent my child? I do not. There is not one single regret that I can think of. She's kind. She is really understanding of others' feelings. Next question, how do I teach Everly to be so gentle? These questions are hard. I just talk to her in a gentle way, and I model gentle behaviors as much as I can. I think that your kids are little sponges, and they are going to absorb how you act around them, how you talk around them, how you behave. Next question, do I have any irrational fears? I'm really scared of birds. I don't think it's irrational though. I've been attacked by a bird twice, so I do not like birds. I'm also really scared of the dark. Yeah, I don't like the dark. My favorite animal is probably sea turtle or an elephant. I love elephants. I do not wear jewelry. If you've ever noticed, I have a beautiful wedding ring. I just don't wear it. It's actually a little bit too small for my hand, which is why I don't wear it. I need to get it sized larger. But Trav was talking about taking the diamond from my original ring, because it's not really my style anymore, and making it into a more dainty, beautiful ring for me now, so that I wear it more and in the correct size. So I don't really wear my wedding ring very often. I never have earrings in. I have double holes, no earrings. The only thing I ever wear is I'll pick one dainty necklace to wear at a time, and then I don't take it off. And this one is a little arrow. It is a Soul Sisters necklace with my best friend Casey. And then this is a little white bracelet that I've had on since July. It was given to me by my really good friend Allie when I went to Maryland, and I'm like, if you give me like a best friend thing, I'm never taking it off. Okay, do I have any pets? We do. We have a cat and a dog. The cat is black and white. He was adopted in 2015, so he will be 8 this year. And then we have Maya, which is our Great Pyrenees, who is 2 months to the date younger than Everly. Her birthday is May 11th, and Everly's birthday is March 11th. We got her when Everly was like 4 months old. I know, I'm crazy. I was in quarantine by myself with a newborn and a fucking puppy. I have no regrets. It was the best choice. We had a dog for 4 years. Her name was Bailey, and she ended up passing away spontaneously in July of 2020. I was devastated. It was so... we did not see it coming at all. We already were like in quarantine with a baby. I didn't want my child to not know humans and animals. So we got a new puppy like pretty much immediately after Bailey passed away, because also it was like so spooky being around the house and not hearing like the clickety clack of a dog walking around, and I just felt really lonely, especially like during the times that Trav was at work. Maya is such a good dog. She's so good with Evie. She potty trained herself. She only ever pooped in the house one time, and it was the day we brought her home because she was scared. And then never again. And the last question, how do I sort what art to keep of Everly's and what art to throw away? I keep like any of like the super memorable ones. I just keep the ones that like look really good or really cute. And then anything that she specifically is super, super proud of, I'll keep that as well. I don't know if that was 27 questions or not. I feel like I've been answering questions forever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for following along. I plan on being way more active here on our YouTube channel and filming content with just myself as well as with Travis and Evie if they feel like they want to film.